toothpaste, coffee, vitamins, tires, paint, carpet, computer screens, toilet paper, pet food, bread, cereal, sheetrock, beer, soap, dashboards, potato chips, roofing shingles, and the clothes you are wearing right now. What do all these things have in common? Most of the base ingredients or makeup of these products come from dry foods, minerals, and chemical powders. There is an entire industry dedicated to the science and design of equipment to help store, transport, and process these dry bulk materials that impact our daily lives.
The things you interact with every day started out as a raw, dry ingredient, whether that's a chemical, mineral, or food. For example, you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth with toothpaste, you use soap, you may use cosmetics, you also may drink tea or coffee. Those all started off as a raw ingredient at some point in time. All of it is made up of dry bulk solids. Your house is made of gypsum in the sheetrock, you have fiberglass in the insulation that you have to keep your house warm, as well as the silica in your windows. You take it on a basic level. If you're at home and you're gonna make a cake, you need a few cups of flour, you need a few cups of sugar. But can you imagine making that on an industrial scale where you're not making one cake, but you're making 5,000 cakes? So that requires massive storage vessels. How do you get it from point A to point B efficiently? How do you mix it efficiently? That's what the dry bulk solids industry is all about. We produce processes and equipment that help make products that billions of people use every day.
So we produce valves which handle dry bulk solid, which that maybe sounds kind of boring to people. It's insane how many products go through our valves. Every day, I like to think of the things that fuel our world, which are coffee and actual fuel. Those kinds of things, coffee beans, byproducts, coal, stuff like that to make fossil fuels. All of those kinds of things run through our valves, even medical supplies, the way those are made. The valves that we make, we're helping kind of supply and run the industries we use every day.
Most of our design aspects are evolved around specific equations. So we have to find either the torque of a diverter to close on a standing column of material or having to close off a gate to close off material flow. None of that material seeps through into contaminating something else. A lot of the time, our seal designs have to be pretty accurate, depending on regulations, have to be the right materials. So with pet food, we have to use certain materials in the seals that doesn't contaminate the pet food or even just human food in general. Those are some of the considerations we have to take into effect when designing stuff.
Over the past 45 years, Vortex has played an integral role in the transport and flow control of dry bulk solids, with more than 20,000 companies relying on Vortex's solutions. Selecting the right piece of equipment is critical to the success of any dry bulk material handling system, so let Vortex help.
Here at Vortex, we primarily focus on valves and loading solutions. We're a part of the greater industry as it applies to dry bulk solid equipment, material handling, and storage. But we make over 1 billion variations of just valving to be able to handle all the variations of dry materials. So half of the things that we produce at Vortex have never been made before. That's why there's a heavy engineering presence in what we do, as well as a wide variety of standard products.
I'm really excited for some of the medical industries and some of the medical things that we're doing here. They're using valves for cancer research, and I just think when we start opening up possibilities like that, that's crazy. You know, we manufacture valves, but the possibilities and the things that we change in the world are endless, and I think that's really cool.
The work we do here doesn't just affect the bulk solids material that flows through, it also affects the worker itself and the environment.
Another thing that Vortex does is we load ships as well as trucks, rail cars, and stockpiling. So it's a very important process. In fact, we did a grain loading situation in several ports across North America where we were loading 1 ton of grain per second. And grain, if you are familiar with it, creates a lot of dust. That creates an environmental hazard because you are basically in a seaport along waterways, so you need to protect the environment as well as the health and safety of those around that equipment.
I just hope that everyone understands that every project that we get, we really put our hearts into, and we really value what they're doing and hope to put value into it for them as well.
To learn more, visit vortexglobal.com.